Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? This is Tessie Wesley Love, the Ocean Child. Just a little housekeeping. Please like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram with Ocean Child T Love. But please, if you like the videos, if you like the information, if it's helpful, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share. So today's video is going to be about making your own smudge stick. So of course you can order your smudge sticks online, Amazon. That's where I got my first smudge stick, from Amazon. My first crystals I got off of Amazon, but then I discovered the ITC Interfaith Truth Center on Austell Road. They have sage bundles, they have crystals and all of that. And so once I discovered them, that's where I got my crystals, and that's where I buy my sage bundles if I don't have any of my own. But I started growing my own herbs so that I can make my own sage bundles. It's just something about making your own, creating your own, that just adds another layer of authenticity when it comes from your work, from your blood, sweat, and tears. It comes from your own garden. It just means so much more to me. So my herbs that I grow lavender, I grow sage, I grow rosemary, and I grow basil. So today I'm gonna make a sage bundle out of some lavender. I'm gonna show you guys the lavender. So this lavender is dried, as you can see. So I usually pick, it's not blooming anymore, because earlier in the summer it was blooming with the purple flowers. So this is like a healthy one I pick, and these are the ones that are dying. So and I think what I've learned with the lavender is, I was reading up on it, because it's some of it is getting root rot, and if you water it too much, it will get root rot. So I don't think you're supposed to water it that much, and I was watering it like every day, but I have since stopped doing that for like a month. But you know, sometimes once the root, that root is gone at the bottom, once that root starts to die, it's just a matter of time before the rest of the flower dies. Hey, and that's the same with our issues, right? That's why I always say we got to get to the root of the issues, because once we get to that root of the issues, we can stop, we can stop the behavior, we could stop projecting the bad energy, we could stop stress, and we can start building anew and growing stronger. So that's the lesson right there. So this is lavender. My sage. So here's some of my sage leaves that I grow. They're healthy. I was growing my sage in my garden, but because my garden began to expand, like, I plant a lot of fruit and vegetables that vine, like melons, watermelons, cantaloupe, honeydew, cucumbers, squash. So all that stuff started growing and growing, and I just didn't anticipate that it would grow like that. So I took those sage plants from the garden and put them in my pots up here, and they've been doing pretty good. So like I had planted like a sage plant in my pots up here in my backyard. And so this is like, as you can see, this right here is like a plant that I planted outside of planting seeds, because I planted seeds in the garden, and I got plants from Lowe's in my pot. But you can see the difference. So this plant was from my garden. This is from the seeds. So you can kind of see how it grew a little different. It grew a little different than the ones that was potted that I got already grown. This grew from seeds. So that's my sage. Smells good. You know, sage can have a little old musty smell. So, you know, I like to pair it with other things. So I like to make my bundles out of different herbs. So here's my rosemary. Got a whole bundle of rosemary. I got rosemary. I got 2 pots of herbs, one on each side of my patio, and both have the rosemary in it. One of my pots seemed like some of the plants was getting a little yellowish, as you can see here. So I said, oh, I'm gonna pluck these and I'm gonna put these in the sage bundle. Of course, you can use these herbs in your food. You know, that's the great thing about growing herbs. You can, I mean, they have so many purposes. That's, you know, medicinal, and I mean medicinal period. Just to have the smoke, and just the smoke, and also you can eat it. And then I also, last but least, honey, I have this basil, baby. Oh, it's so, now I love this basil. I love putting this basil into like soups and my pastas and things like that. I make Chicago style pizza. I make my own sauce, and I always chop it up and put it in there. But it's so much of it, I decide I'm gonna put this in a bundle too. Okay, so we're gonna put that in the bundle too, and we're gonna save some for later that we can put in our food. And last, I have some little roses here. We used to have a dog named Prince. He died. We had to put him down because he got injured. He got bit by a pit bull, and the pit bull punctured his lungs. So we had to put him down. And so that was back 2015, maybe 14, 15. And I planted a rose bush, buried them in the backyard and planted a rose bush. And every year they come back, you know, that earlier during the summer, the flowers were bigger. But I decided they had some little ones, so, you know, instead of letting them just dry up and fall off back into the ground, I'm gonna put these in a bundle too. All right. And lastly, I have some hemp cord, if you could see it. So I also used to make my own candles. I've done it all. I made my own candles out of coconut oil, 100% pure beeswax, and I used this hemp cord as the wick because this is 100% hemp, so it's no chemicals when you burn it. You know, everything's all natural. So of course, when I'm making my sage bundles, I want everything to be all natural. I don't want no artificial anything in this, you know, in my smudge stick. So simply, I just lay the cord out. I know you guys can't see it. I know you can't see it, but I'll show you. I lay my cord out, wrap up. I think I'm gonna do, I might do just one. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do a couple of ones. So I'm gonna take my lavender, some sage, some rosemary. I think I'm gonna make like maybe 2. I'm gonna take some basil, I'm gonna put in there. And somebody like, why is you putting the basil in your sage bundles? That's kind of crazy, you know, but it's my smudge stick. So when it's your smudge stick, you can do what you want. You don't have to be, you know, there's no set ingredient. When you're creating your own, you can be creative. So I got this wrapped up. I've tied it, so I'm gonna wrap it around. As you can see, I got my sage, I got my rosemary, my basil, and I got my lavender. So let me show you again: my sage, my rosemary, my lavender, and of course that basil, honey. So let's wrap it. So I'm gonna wrap it around. Wrap it around. So I'm gonna talk to you guys while I wrap. So I use these bundles to cleanse the space in my house, you know. And it works really good. It clears the energy. It makes everything feel so much better in the house. You know, if there's been any kind of argument or something, or if you're just feeling down, you know what I'm saying, I usually take a bundle and burn it. Now, as you can see, I'm going to clip off the ends here. You have to make sure that when you're rolling your sage bundles that you roll it tight. Because if it's not tight, it won't burn correctly. You'll always have to keep lighting it and keep lighting it. So this is my sage bundle, my smudge stick. I forgot to put my rose in there. But guess what? Here's one of my smudge sticks. With sage, with lavender, with rosemary, with basil, and a rose to top it all off. And so now what I'll do is take this in the house and let it sit. It usually takes about 3 weeks to completely dry out before you can use it. It will not burn in this state, right? It will not burn in this fresh state. It will only burn once the plants have dried out. So I hope that was informative for you guys. My phone is about to die, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it for today. Again, please subscribe to my Ocean Child YouTube channel. Like and share these videos if they're helpful to you. And remember to walk in the light. Walk in the light on this side. So when you get to the other side, you'll just naturally walk in the light, right? So walk in the light, spread light, love on yourself. Love on yourself, take care of yourself so that you can take care of other people, because you can't pour, right, from an empty cup. All right. See you guys soon. Bye.